what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I am back today with this makeup tutorial, and this tutorial was so requested. I posted a picture on Saturday on my Instagram, which I'll post here so that you guys can see. So many of you guys wanted to see a tutorial, like so many, and that gets me really excited because whenever I'm more carefree with my makeup, you guys seem to love it the most, opposed to when I am very like structured. If you are not into the super blinding, dewy, glowy skin, you are not going to like this, but if you are, then this is a tutorial for you. I also did my hair this past weekend. I hate it, so I'm just gonna have it up for a while until I go back to fix it. So yeah, not talking about it, I am over it, and I'm just gonna move forward. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys enjoy the video. It is a talk through tutorial. I figured that would be best, that way I can explain everything as I am doing it. And that is pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you enjoy. That's it, enough rambling, let's get into it. So I am going to be starting off with the skin today. We are doing a super duper glowy, intense, wet looking skin. And this is what I have been doing the past couple of months. I've been really into that super glowy, dewy, healthy, almost wet looking skin. And you guys loved it when I posted that picture on my Instagram. So I am going to be recreating it for you guys and showing you how I have been doing my foundation routine recently. It definitely has changed. So let's get started. My skin is already moisturized from this morning. So since it has been a couple of hours, I'm gonna go in with a serum. This is the Ole Henriksen Truth Serum. This is a vitamin C enriched serum, and I have been all about vitamin C recently. So I am going to put a little bit of this all over my skin. This is a sample. I've been trying it out to see if I like it, and so far I really do like it. So now I am going to go in with a primer, and you guys know that I have textured problematic skin. So, and I also have really larger pores in this area of my face right here. So I have been obsessed with this J1 Jelly Pack. This is a dramatic firming skin with improved elasticity and pore smoothing primer. You can use this as a primer, you can use this as a face mask, you can use it right after your moisturizer. I recently have been loving to use this as a primer, and I found out about this product through Nikki Tutorials. She loves it, and we all know that whatever Nikki recommends is always a hit. Rub it in between my fingers, and I am going to gently begin to rub this in. And this is like a super weird consistency and texture because it's almost sticky. Like, can you guys see that? It's almost like a sticky consistency. So I am first going to apply it evenly, like nice and smooth. Push up. So once it's nice and like spread out evenly, I'm going to tap it in. While that kind of sets into the skin, I'm gonna go in and I'm going to apply a little bit of this is a sugar lip treatment. This is the perfecting one. I love this because it exfoliates your lips while also moisturizing them. And now I'm gonna go in with another primer. This is the Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer. This is a pore perfecting primer. And I am going to just grab the tiniest amount. I'm gonna warm it up in between my fingers, and I'm only going to place that in this area right here. So only in that area, and I'm really going to push that product in there. I'm gonna go in with a concealer that is the same shade as my foundation and my overall skin tone. This is the Becca Aqua Luminous Concealer in beige. I have like a hair. In beige, and I am going to apply this wherever I have redness and wherever I have a breakout. And then taking a brush, this is the Morphe E46, I'm going to gently pat that concealer in. I'm not going to rub it in or buff it in. I'm simply just lightly patting it in so that it can really blend into the skin. So pat, 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 pat. Moving moving on to foundation. I have been mixing two foundations recently and I love them both individually, but together they are the dream team. This is a Dior Skin Forever Nude foundation and I have been mixing it in with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. I am shade 030 in the Dior, and then I am shade 5.75 in the Giorgio Armani. So I am going to mix two of them together in the back of this flamenco that I got from Fresh Beauty or Fresh Sugar, from Fresh. I am using the e.l.f. Beauty Sponge. You guys, every time I put this sponge on camera, I get so many questions about it. It is from e.l.f. and it is one of my favorite sponges of all time. So I am going to dip that into the little foundation cocktail and I'm going to begin to apply. I am not rubbing it in. I am literally patting my skin. As you can see, we get a really nice, beautiful, dewy looking skin. Okay, so I am going to the Frost Museum with my kids this Friday and we are gonna get to do so many cool things. Like I'm looking at the list right now and I am so excited. We're like texting back and forth, the girls from work. I am very, very excited. I go in with concealer next. I am taking the Photo Focus Concealer by Wet n Wild and also the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I'm going to start off with the Wet n Wild concealer under the eyes. So I'm going to apply that under the eyes. So one. Okay. My concealer application has also changed. I don't extend it out this way anymore because when we drag the concealer, it's going to go that way anyways. And I also don't apply it really close to that lower lash line because I do have a ton of little fine lines under my eyes. So if I apply a ton of concealer, it's just going to cake up. It's going to accentuate my lines and it's not going to look good. So I keep it nice and low and I kind of extend it towards the end of the brow and nothing more. And I also don't bring it down too much because again, once we blend in that concealer, it's going to go down anyways. If you apply too much concealer, it's just going to be a hot mess to blend out. And no judgment, if you look back to probably like not even a month ago, I used to apply a lot of concealer and lately it's when I've been more modest with my concealer, so no judgment here. If you do like a lot of concealer, then go for it. This is just what's been working for me recently and it just looks more natural and less heavy. I'm gonna go in with a little bit on the chin, Cupid's bow. I'm gonna apply a little bit to the sides of my mouth because I do have some darkness under there. I'm also going to apply a little bit up in the forehead. And then I'm gonna take and apply some down my nose. I'm gonna go in with the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm going to clean up that brush really well to the point that there's hardly any product in my brush. And I'm just going to add just a couple swipes under the eyes to really brighten that under eye. I'm gonna go in with that same sponge. I'm just gonna take the pointy side and I'm going to blend it out. So I'm gonna do my eyes last so that concealer gets nice and concentrated under the eyes. So I'm going to blend the rest out. So now the concealer around my face is blended out, I'm going to go in and blend out my under eyes. The reason why I do my under eyes last is because I feel like when you let the concealer kind of sit there for a little bit, it just kind of melts into the skin a little bit better. It warms up the skin, warms up the concealer, and it also, in my opinion, looks a lot brighter when you let it sit there for a couple of seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and now I'm going to blend it out, and I'm going to start with the outer edges first, so the lower part first. See how it just goes to the back on its own? So I'm going to blend that out. And then once those edges are blended, I'm going to go in and blend that inner. I'm going to go in and blend in the top part. Next, I'm gonna go in with my Kat Von D Lock-It Brightening Powder. It's in the shade Petal. I love this powder because it has a peachy undertone, so it's going to help color correct, while at the same time it's also going to help set that concealer in place. So I'm going to grab some of that powder. I'm gonna put it in the back of the cap, and I'm gonna go in with a smaller beauty blender. I'm gonna pick some of that powder up, and I'm going to apply this under the eyes. So I'm first gonna go in with a big sponge to make sure that there's no creasing under the eyes, and I'm going to set it. I'm going to only set the lower lash line. I am not going to set the whole entire cheek area like I usually do, because I'm going to go in with a cream highlight. So since I'm going in with a cream highlight, I only want to set that really tight under eye. So by using a really small blender brush, it's going to help you get really nice and precise. So I am going to look up, and I'm only going to set that lower lash line. So only there. I'm not going to bring this powder down here because I'm going to go in with a liquid highlight. I'm also going to apply some to the center of my face, so wherever we applied concealer, the sides of the nose, the bridge of the nose, and also up in the forehead. So moving on to the liquid highlight, I'm going to go in with the Topshop Glow Pot in Gleam. And this product has completely changed the way my highlight looks. I love this product so much. I found out about this product through Sarah Ashcroft here on YouTube, and oh my god, this product is amazing. I love it so much, and it's so affordable. It's only 14 bucks. This is a very nice, and it's just gorgeous. You are going to see, this is going to give your skin that wet look that I've just been obsessed with. So I'm going to go ahead and apply it with a back of a brush. I'm actually going to dip my brush in there. I am going to smile, and I am going to apply this right here in the apple, and I'm going to move it back. So I'm going to do like a line like that. So in the apple of the cheek, going with more. I'm gonna apply it to the apple of the cheek, and you see how I am staying away from that powder that we just applied. And then once I have it placed where I want, I'm gonna go in with my Morphe M501, and I am going to begin to blend this into the skin, doing circular motions. I like to apply this before I go in with any powder, because the foundation underneath is still nice and tacky and wet. So by applying your liquid highlight right on top, it's going to make sure that that sticks, and it's going to make it really nice and glowy. So you definitely want to do this step before you set your face. If you were to do this after you have set your skin, some people make it work for them. I honestly cannot. I feel like if I do this beforehand, my foundation underneath looks splotchy, it looks patchy, it doesn't look nice and even. So that's why I like to do it beforehand, and you can see it just adds the most beautiful glow. If you have textured skin, try to apply a cream base before applying your highlight, and you're going to see that it's going to make a huge difference in the way your highlight kind of lays on the skin. I feel like when the highlight lays on top of a cream instead of a powder, it just looks so much better, which you guys will see. To set the face, I'm gonna go in with my Givenchy. I hope I'm saying that right. This has become my favorite product ever. These two things are like my shit right now. Like, I love these two products so much. This is their matte finish enhanced radiance loose powder. This is a 4-in-1, and oh my god, I love this so much. It's a setting powder, but it has a little bit of a shine to it, and it just looks so gorgeous. So I'm actually going to go in with my damp beauty blender, and I'm going to pick some of that powder in my sponge, and I'm going to press this into my skin. Now I'm going to press it into my skin, but I am going to avoid the area where we highlighted. So it's pretty much on the lower portion of my skin. So I'm going to press this in, and it gives the most beautiful natural looking skin. Like, look at that. It just looks so flawless, like so flawless. The powder does have a pink color to it, but do not worry, your face does not go pink. For the under eyes, I'm gonna go in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Light and my favorite under eye brush, which is the Morphe E49. I'm gonna get some of this powder and I'm going to wipe off that baking that we did while applying the powder, and it's gonna give us a little bit more coverage and it's going to lighten everything up. Again, stay away from this area that we applied our cream highlight. So I'm going to pack it in while staying away from this area. And take it up towards the lid just to set that concealer in place that we applied before. Bam! My skin feels so velvety smooth and so glowy, and we haven't even added the highlight yet. Like, I love this foundation routine so much. Alrighty, so now we are going to bronze the skin, and I have been using the Jumbo, this is from Crown Brush. This is the SS023 Jumbo Kabuki Fan Brush. And the bronzer that I have been loving is the Ambient Diffused Bronze Light from Hourglass. So I'm going to stick my brush in there and I'm going to bronze the skin. Again, staying away from this highlight. So bronze it up. I'm gonna go in with a fluffier brush and that same bronzer. And I'm going to concentrate it a little bit more in the back, right here by the temple. I am going to go in with blush now, and my favorite blush at the moment has been OFRA's Bellini. Like, this blush is just so incredible and it's amazing. I'm going to pack it on with a Luxie 504. I'm going to grab some of that and I'm going to put this right in the middle between that highlight and that bronzer. So right in the middle. I'm going to smile and I'm going to apply. For highlight, I am taking the Kylie Cosmetics Loose Highlight in Fiji. This has been my go-to highlight for the past couple of weeks. Like, I love it so much. I'm going to apply that using an OFRA Professional Makeup No. 7 fan brush. So I am going to grab that in my fan brush, top off the excess, and I have changed the way I apply my highlight a lot too. Before, I would go in and do this, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and I felt like that was disturbing my foundation underneath. So lately, what I have been doing is I just tap it in and it makes a huge difference. So let me show you. I get my brush, pack it on with pigment, and I pat it in, like just pat. So pat, 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 pat. I am patting and swiping, patting and swiping, patting and swiping, and it just makes all the difference. So pat and swipe. I'm gonna take it up towards the arch of the brow. I'm going to take a little bit with my finger and put it at the tip of the nose and blend it out. I'm going to go back in with that blush brush and I'm going to just kind of make everything blend a little bit more. So now that that's done, the only thing that you're missing is to go ahead and set your skin. I have been loving two different setting sprays. This one is the Project Beauty Spray Set and Go, and also the MAC Fix Plus. So I'm actually going to use the Spray Set and Go because I really love the mist on this. So I am going to spray this all over the skin. And I really drench my skin. You definitely want to go in with a setting mist or a setting spray because it's really going to set the makeup and it's going to make all of the powders that we applied and the creams and everything just kind of come together, and it's going to also remove any excess powder that you may have applied. So if you look a little powdery or cakey, for the most part, a setting spray is going to make all of that go away. So I definitely drench my skin in setting spray because I feel like the more I apply, the better my makeup looks. Like the more dewy, the more natural it looks. Just kind of makes everything kind of tied together. So I'm actually going to go in with a little bit of Fix Plus too, because why not? Okay, so I am going to let that sink into my skin. I'm going to pop on some falsies. I'm going to do my lips, and then I will be back to show you guys the end result. So I went ahead and I popped on the Kylie Jenner gloss in Glitz, and for lashes I am wearing the OG lashes in the style Daniela. I know it seems like there's a lot of steps in order to achieve this look, but there truly is a lot of steps. But every step has a purpose, every step has a reason to why I do it, and I have just been loving this so much. And as you can tell, my skin looks pretty flawless. It doesn't have a lot of texture, it doesn't have a lot of pores, and it's definitely very glowy. Now, if you don't like the glow, if you don't like to look wet or dewy, you're not gonna like this. But if you do like the glow, and if you do like to be dewy, then you are going to love this. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys this Friday with another makeup tutorial. So until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.